glass and headed towards the couch. "Go on." "That's it. I want to call in help, but nobody is available." He followed Rossi, but chose to stand for the moment. "Why?" Rossi took a seat. "Storm and Lash are in Pakistan. That mission is going to take at least 6 more days. Frost is in Cuba, too long of a wait for him to come in." He finally settled in one of the chairs that sat across from the couch. Rossi grunted. "Fuck." The man ran a hand over his ruggedly attractive face and sighed. "Okay, then it's you and me." Rossi nodded decisively. "Just like old times," he agreed, excitement warming his stomach. Rossi quirked his lips, and he found himself smiling back. Darkness clung to the house when they entered. It had been easy to wait for one of the men who came in and out to come through the door. Rossi grabbed the guy by the nape of the neck, pointed a gun to the guy's head, and walked him backwards into the low-lit house. "Show me where the kid is," Rossi quietly snarled. Stefano stepped in close, covering Rossi's flank. They were only there for the kid. They didn't have the manpower to take out all of Tech Suppress. "Which one?" the guy gulped audibly. A sudden strong odor of urine filled the air as the guy shook in Rossi's large grip. "Reboot hell," Stefano said quickly. The guy pointed to a small, dark-haired boy curled up on a torn and filthy couch. Stefano grimaced at the filthy conditions of the place. Rossi knocked the perp out with the butt of his gun and then crouched next to the boy. "Seth?" Rossi whispered. The boy jerked upright, knees curled in tight to his chest, and looked at Rossi through a mop of curly, dark hair with a set of large, frightened eyes. Seth had turned 18 2 weeks prior. Caught somewhere between boyhood and manhood, the boy was all arms and legs and sharp angles, too skinny for his height, but not too tall. It was his face, though, which held Stefano's attention. Seth looked so much like a younger Rossi, large eyes with incredibly long lashes, a delicate but firm jaw and chin with full lips, a dark-haired angel living in a shithole. He rubbed at the ache in his chest before lifting his gun and training it on the hallway door about 10 feet away from them. Someone coughed, the sound muffled, and he tightened his finger on the trigger. Hearing movement from the couch, he glanced back quickly. The boy had scooted further up on the cushions, as if to get away. "Who are you?" Seth tugged a dirty T-shirt down over thin legs and stared fearfully at him, and then Rossi. "My name is Giovanni Rossi. I'm your uncle." Chapter 1. 6 years later, present day. Seth. His gaze followed the brooding man. Impossibly wide shoulders, trim hips, an ass to die for, and if the bulge in his jeans was accurate, he had a nice-sized package. The man's dark hair was cut short on the sides, with the top left long. An equally dark, unshaven jaw finished the operative's extreme good looks. But to him, it was the man's eyes that elevated him into a whole other category. Crystal blue, piercing eyes that held stories he could only imagine. "That man is so dreamy," he sighed, turning his gaze away from Asher Grayson, codenamed Frost. "Geez, poor Dennis," Noah laughed and nudged his shoulder. Mentioning his current boyfriend had the effect of a cold bucket of water. He had no right drooling over Asher. But damn, it was hard not to with Asher walking around looking so freaking sexy. "A man can look, Bradford. A man can look." He smiled sheepishly. "I guess," Noah shrugged, evading his gaze. "Now that was certainly suspicious. I heard he's the love them and leave them type of guy," he prodded, really just probing for more of a response since Noah was acting evasive. And wouldn't you know it, Noah's lip missed his coffee cup and liquid splashed on the counter. Guilty. His mouth suddenly gaped. It couldn't be, could it? Wait, oh my God. Stunned, Seth kept quiet for a second as it dawned on him.